The Atlanta Falcons faced a tough Sunday night, not only falling to the Kansas City Chiefs but also dealing with the loss of two key starters along their offensive line. During the game at Mercedes-Benz Stadium on September 22, 2024, right tackle Kaleb McGary and center Drew Dalman were forced to exit due to injuries, casting doubt on their availability for the coming weeks. Kaleb McGary, the Falcons' starting right tackle, went down first, suffering a knee injury in the first half. According to NFL Network's Rapoport, McGary is believed to have sprained his MCL. He will undergo an MRI to confirm the diagnosis and determine the severity of the injury. While early reports suggest McGary's injury is not season-ending, it's possible that he could miss several games, depending on the MRI results.
Shortly after, center Drew Dalman left the game with an ankle injury in the second quarter. Rapoport reported that Dalman has a high ankle sprain, an injury that typically requires a longer recovery period compared to standard ankle sprains. Like McGary, Dalman is also set for an MRI to assess the full extent of the damage. Given the nature of high ankle sprains, Dalman could be sidelined for several weeks, potentially landing him on injured reserve with a return designation later in the season. The timing of these injuries is particularly difficult for the Falcons, as the team was showing signs of improvement despite their 31-21 loss to the Chiefs. Atlanta's offense, led by rookie running back Bijan Robinson and quarterback Desmond Ridder, had a promising start, but the injuries on the offensive line impacted their ability to execute plays effectively. Kansas City's defensive front, led by Chris Jones, exploited the weakened Falcons line, preventing the team from converting key fourth-down attempts late in the game. As a result, Robinson had a quiet night, with limited running lanes, and the Falcons struggled to maintain momentum.
With McGary and Dalman both likely out for several weeks, Atlanta's coaching staff will need to rely on their depth to keep the offense functioning. Storm Norton, a veteran backup, will step in as the starting right tackle, while Ryan Neuzil, who has served as a reserve center, is expected to take over for Dalman. Both players will be crucial in maintaining stability along the offensive line as the Falcons look to bounce back in their next game. Through the first 3 weeks of the season, the Falcons had managed to stay relatively healthy, making the double injury blow to their offensive line all the more challenging. The team had put itself in a position to upset the heavily favored Chiefs on national television but was ultimately unable to overcome the mounting pressure, particularly in the trenches. Looking ahead, the Falcons will need to adjust their game plan as they navigate these significant injuries. While the offense has shown potential, this setback could have lingering effects on their performance, especially if McGary and Dalman are out for an extended period. Nonetheless, Atlanta will be hoping for a quick recovery for both players as they try to keep their season on track.